Hey, what's up everybody? Ian here from Droid Mania. Today, I've got a screen protector review for you for the LG G6. I'll just say right from the beginning of this video that our search for tempered glass protectors for this particular phone isn't going to be that long. Given that we're all bound to drop our phone at some point in time, you know I recommend a screen protector, and this one's got all the bells and whistles. And a price to match. Right now at least, this is a 2-for-1 deal, so you're probably going to want to check this one out. So before we get to the actual install, let me show you what you get inside of the packaging. Right up front, you'll find the installation kit here. Included, you'll find 2 dust absorber stickers along with some guide stickers. There's 2 lint removers here, and when it comes to the microfiber cloth, there's just one. You'll also find 2 wet and dry wipes. Next, you'll find a plastic squeegee included, and I actually hate these, they're too small. Plus they're pretty cheap to me, so I'll show you what I actually use later. Lastly, there's the instructions for the install, but I mean that's partly why you're watching this video, right? So let's get to it. There are 2 glass screen protectors included here. Oh, and before I forget, you are going to need a different squeegee other than the one provided by Nearpow. Like I said, it's pretty cheap, so I use my Spigen squeegee. I've had this thing for a couple of years and it's my go-to. And with all that out of the way, step 1 of the installation is to clean your phone. Now this sounds pretty easy, and it is. The goal here is to thoroughly clean the phone, making sure you don't leave any dust or debris on the glass, because anything you leave there is going to be there when you apply this protector. Now I know this sounds like common sense, but I'm just saying, don't say I didn't warn you. This step could take a couple of seconds to a minute or so, but the point here is take the time that you need, and don't forget to clean your fingertips. I mean, hey, you don't want to leave any oil on the display if you happen to touch it. Okay, so now it's time for step 2. When you open the dry wipe, don't do this over the display. I mean, you don't want to drop any lint or fibers on there, especially since you just spent the time to clean it. And when it comes to drying, make sure that you thoroughly do this and don't leave any streaks. And that's just a piece of advice coming from someone who's done this I don't know how many times. Well, I mean, not with this particular phone, but you get the point. Just be sure it's completely dry before you actually apply the protector. When it comes to these lint removers, no, I don't always use them, but for the purpose of today's video, I guess I will. With this step, just make sure that you cover the entire surface of the display, and then give it the once over to make sure there's nothing here, because once you apply the protector, it's too late. Okay, well, there is a way to fix it, but if you guys want to see that video, leave it in the comments below to let me know. Alright, so I usually don't use these guide stickers to line up the screen protector for install. But I mean, they're here, so let's try them out. So I'm lining up the protector using the front-facing camera as my guide, and then I'll attach the stickers to the top. Now there's 3 here, but whatever, because I didn't really want to use them anyway, but, you know, whatever. As I'm trying to use the guide stickers, to me it seems like it makes the process more difficult. I mean, I could have done better lining it up on my own. So anyway, make sure that you don't remove the protective film from the screen protector until you're ready to press it down on the display. As you'll see here, once you release it, it actually starts to adhere to the display. And what we're going for is that bubble-free installation, but if you get some, that's where the squeegee comes into play. And of course, I'll be using my Spigen squeegee or a credit card or something bigger than what they gave us. On its own, you can see that the install happened here pretty bubble-free, and that's a good thing. And probably the best thing is that it's edge to edge. And speaking of that, curved display or flat, which do you guys think is better? Let me know in the comments below. So now that we've got the install out of the way, let's take a closer look at this protector. We'll test it out, try on a couple of cases and see how it does. Nearpow says that this protector's HD when it comes to clarity. It's got a 9H hardness rating, and you guys already know my thoughts on that. It's got an oleophobic coating to help keep those fingerprint oils down. And lastly, you'll get some impact resistance, meaning hopefully it breaks before your display does. With every screen protector that I install, I always test all those things. I also check for any concerns around touch sensitivity. I mean, I have to address and understand any questions around that, especially being that touch is a primary use case. When it comes to this screen protector by Nearpow, there's no issues here. For $8 on Amazon at the time that I made this video, you're definitely getting your money's worth. So let's move on and check out some cases. Cause that's the next thing you'll be doing, right? Putting a case on it. Even if it's just some of the time. So the first case I have here is a Spigen thin fit. And there's rarely any issue when it comes to pairing this case with a screen protector, but again, it's not for everyone, nor is it for daily use for everyone. So next, let's take a look at the Rinky Fusion. And I haven't reviewed this case on the channel yet, but trust me, it's coming. It's one of my favorite cases out there. It's thin yet protective, and works just fine with this protector. So that's 2. Next up, we have the Flex Pro by Oblique. And this is another one that I've yet to review on the channel, but it's coming too. What I'm doing is I'm checking out these cases as 1, making sure that it doesn't raise up the screen protector, and 2, making sure that it doesn't cause any touch sensitivity issues. Lastly, I've got the Slim Armor by Spigen. This is a tight-fitting case with a decent amount of bezel, and you'll notice here that it does lift up the screen protector. So this combination's a no-go. So that's 3 out of 4, not bad at all. As I mentioned earlier, for the LG G6, I don't expect that there's going to be many issues when it comes to finding a screen protector. With today's video, it makes the first protector that we've seen for the G6 on the channel. And right now, at $8 on Amazon, especially for 2, this one's definitely a go. I've got the links down below if you're interested, so go and check it out. Okay, so there you guys have it. What do you think of this screen protector for the LG G6? It's full screen, which takes us back to the good old days. I mean, it's just what we're used to when it comes to having HD clarity, an oleophobic coating, impact resistance, touch sensitivity, and more. You get 2 for $8, that's like 4 a piece. And as you can see, it's pretty case friendly. Now I do have more protectors that I'm going to be testing on the channel, including film. But right now, I'm saying this is one to consider, and probably even the one to get. And like I said in my last video, with the launch of the S8 and the S8 Plus being next week, which do you prefer? I'm asking about the device right now, but more specifically, let's get to the display. Leave that in the comments below. And while you're at it, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button for more content like this. Welcome to the channel. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one.